Hey you guys, it's Tonya, and today I want to share with you the Tattered Angels Naturally Aged Paint System Precious Stone, and this is the Opal. I have several of these videos on my channel, and I've made a playlist, so go check it out on the main channel page, and I will also link to those other videos down below. So as always, you're going to get 4 1-ounce bottles of product from the Tattered Angels family, and all of these products that are in here are available in larger sizes. So if you get the kit and you really like the look and you need a little more for bigger projects, then you can always substitute or purchase these products in bigger bottles. So you're going to get the 4 1-ounce bottles, but you're also going to get a full color instruction sheet that tells exactly how to achieve the look that is available in this kit. Now, the one thing I like about some of these Precious Stone products is that every time I do this, I get a different look. So it's a lot of fun to play with them. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull out our glazes. This is a cloudy blue glaze. Then we also have the Thatched Roof Cottage Glimmer Mist, the Vintage Pink Glimmer Mist, which is this nice pink, and the Splash Chalk. So those are our colors that we'll be using. And we are going to start out today with the Opal. You want to make sure that you shake these bottles up really well and you get this all of the good glimmer goodness off the bottom. So the first color we're going to use is the Cloudy Blue. And I've done this a couple of times now, and the first time I did it, I used splotches, and I'll show you the sample in just a minute. And then the second time I did it, I covered the entire thing with the Opal, and this was the look I got. So I mean with the Cloudy Blue, and this is the look I got, which I really like. But every time, like I said, every time I do it, I get a completely different look. So we're going to play around. So this one is, I'm going to take and just pour a tiny bit out. Now, you want this, to bubble up and cover areas, because this has a glaze in it that, will help resist some of these other colors. And I don't like the look of the fan brush, so I'm just going to use my finger. And you want to just kind of get some irregular spots and try not to saturate the entire product or the entire card. You just want to do little bits here and there. But you do want it to be thick enough to where it can crackle and really give you some good texture. Maybe a little spot back up in here. Now, while this is wet, I'm going to take the chalkboard splash color, and I'm going to spritz around those areas. Just lightly mist them. And then I'm going to come back with the Vintage Pink, and right around the same edges, I'm going to spritz some more. And see how it's starting to puddle up? Then I'm going to take the Thatched Roof, or the Thatched Roof Cottage, and I'm going to just very lightly, in a hairspray motion, just cover some of those areas. And if you get a little too much yellow on there, don't fear, you can fix that in just a minute. Now I'm going to take my Opal, and I'm going to pour a little more on there. This time I really want it to puddle, because that's what's going to give it that, it's really going to mix those colors up and marble them up just a bit. Look at that, how cool it is. And you can always come back and add, like, I really want to see a little more of that blue in there. And I'm going to take my finger and just work it into that cardstock that's below. And the final thing I want to do is heat set this. Now, if you don't have the look that you're after, you can always continue to add layers and layers and layers. But I'm just going to go ahead and heat set this really quick. And as I get over these areas, I want to do a concentrated heat, because this glaze is going to crackle pop and like expand. And when it does that, it actually causes you know, some texture to come up into your piece. Look at how beautiful that is. Now I used it, see if I can get that light to move around a little bit, but you can really start to see it crackling right here from the heat. Now the instructions pretty much say you're done, and you have this nice shabby chic kind of coloring on here. It's very soft, but I kind of like it a little bit darker or a little pink, a little warmer. So I'm going to hit it just ever so slightly with that straw color. What is this? This is the thatched roof cottage. But I'm also, while it's still wet, I've got a baby wipe here, and I'm going to kind of clean some of that up. Now, you want to be careful doing that because this is not dry yet, and you don't want to lift up that opal too much. But I wanted to have a little bit of a texture there. So see how I lifted that just a little bit, and I've probably made a little bit of a mess right here, but it's okay because we're going to work with it the way it is. And that's just going to give me a little more texture. When it's really sticky like that, it's still very wet. And in fact, I think I want to come back in with some of that blue in that area. Kind of soften that up a little bit. Maybe some pink over that blue. And see how just adding layer and layer of color, you just get something different every time. And I think that's the coolest thing about these systems, is that the more you use them and you start building up your techniques, the better you get at it. And also another thing, you get a different look with each one, so everything is very unique. It's still a little bit wet right there. And I'm going to hold this up to the camera so you guys can really see the texture of the puddling of that glaze. And you know, like where I pulled that up a little bit, you can also, I happen to like the look of that because it gives it that irregular look. But if you don't and you made a mistake, just go back and add some more of this on top and it will clear it right up. And also, I like to heat these things from the back as well as the front, because the backs, you know, it might help you get it dry a little faster. So here is our finished product. She loved this. It's so beautiful. Look at how natural it looks and organic it looks. I just really love it. So it's super cute and it's very shiny. This area right here is still a little wet. Let's see if I can get it to dry up a little bit. So I really am very happy with this. This area is still, where those glazes are puddled, it might take it a little minute to dry. So while it's drying, I want to show you some differences here. Like, okay, so I have this version, and then I also have this one, which again, they're very similar. This one has a little more blue value to it, but super gorgeous. And then here is a card that I made, and I used the opal in the background, and this was the first one that I did. And it has a lot of the yellows in it. But look at how beautiful it looks as just a background to a card. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and thank you for sticking with me through this video. If you enjoy these, please leave me comments and let me know. I have a few more of them here that I would like to explore, and maybe in the next week or so. Thank you.